Hi, hello, welcome to today's my PPT presentation. I am Ishwaraja from CSC. Today my topic is electrical vehicles are helpful in conserving the environment. This PPT consists of introduction about the electrical vehicles are helpful in conserving the environment and conclusion. Introduction. In recent years, the relative data in samples together with the fact of that some vehicles are still announcement of prototype of which the specifications might change in coming the years call from the creation we were drawing from conclusions. Nothing else. The analysis resulted in the number of valuable insights which can be useful when considering the future of electrical vehicles, the development in battery technology and the other electric vehicles components are a critical issue in future marketing uptaking of EVs. The main trends and expectations are summarized since these systems are very new and technologies are developing rapidly. The detailed forecast of further development of these technologies is based on the opinions of an expert at a battery manufacturers and car manufacturers and the researching institutes. The range of full electric vehicles continues to be the major determinant of cost as it drives the size of battery and cost of energy source continues to relevant high. Battery cost and performance still the single greatest challenge to all types of EV models. The impact of EV market uptaking are not limited to transport the sector, but it is also affecting the electrical scooters. The environmental impacts, for example, depends for a large parts of interaction with electrical generations. Also, EV market uptaking adds to grid loading, requires charging infrastructures and creates opportunities for some smart charging. This interaction means that the development in the electrical scooters and related policy are very relevant to EV developments. Now, researchers have published the first in-depth environmental analysis of electric cars in lithium-ion battery and having found that they bathe gas fluid counterparts. According to the research analysis, about 50% of electric vehicles, the total environment burdens comes to manufacturing, maintaining and disposing of a lithium-ion battery. Most of those costs, about 50%, stem from mining and manufacturing the copper, aluminum used in the battery and containing cables, extracting the necessary limited lithium produces only 2.3% of a battery total environmental footprint in the final stage. The impact of electrics were assumed of a number of that reflect various possible futures for each. The impact of a vehicle felt electrically and the fuel uses. Electrical production assumes estimations and government revenue were assumed. To achieve this, the key variables that impact the development but the current still uncertain are varied in these scenarios. Cost of vehicle and or battery in combinations with the vehicle and the battery lifetime. Customer response to cost of EV range and the charging, etc. This is the structure of a car. Electric vehicles or their production have recently merged as the latest trends in automobiles industries with the various acclamations as known as automobile companies such as Tesla, Nissan, etc. As well as BMW has embraced the trend and having the positioned electric models of sales recently. Considering the growth performance for the electric vehicles can Can it be possibility that a few decades gas or diesel powered vehicles can become an exit tire? Now, what exactly is an electric car and why they become so popular? Electric cars are driven by a electric motor rather than the being a fuel gas line. The electric motor tires its energy via a controller that regularly the degree of power depends on the driver acceleration pedal using. The electrical cars are provided by a rechargeable batteries. The rechargeable batteries can also be used performing other functions like functioning of lights and wipers. On the other hand, the fuel and gasoline or diesel powered engines electric vehicles, however, are not all the same. The plug-in hybrid vehicles are ones that offers both gasoline or diesel engine while also offering an electric motor. While other electric vehicles comparatively for the liquid fuels and slowly on the moving to electrics. These are battery electric vehicles. So EVs, namely hydrogen fuel cells vehicles, power electric motors by conserving of hydrogen gas into the electricity. Electric vehicles and their productions, etc. Every luxury brands also providing their electric cars. The biggest factor of making an electric vehicles and assets that is EVs that runs on the electrical emitted zero tailpipes directly emission. The emission from driving the electrics are far less from ones incurred by the diesel or petrol. With EVs getting more then manufacturing more whispered etc. EVs generate considerably low emission over their lifetime than vehicles running on the fossil fuels etc. Clearing the CO2 emission. Tailpipe emission have a direct and impact on the air quality of a locality. The CO2 of an electric vehicles, however, are much clearer compared to the emission from the most eco-friendly petrol engines. Fearable particles. The ICE vehicles, even the now new ones, emit large number of health harmful particle pollution. The electric vehicles, meanwhile, are not directly emitted these particles into the straight air. And some these are the examples. Conclusion. I will conclude there these particles by this sorry I am concluded this article by starting with while electric vehicles have a massive set of challenges ahead of them, their users could prove to be huge aspects to save the environment, however favorable on an aspects while will largely depends on the type of vehicles as well as the source of electricity. This article discusses how favorable EVs contributes towards the environment and what challenges lie ahead of them. Thank you very much.